Alright guys, I've got some content today. I just haven't been recording anything because I've been pretty darn busy. But we were on a job the other day and I noticed that the hose up next to my gun was getting kind of like a snake, like the last 3 inches, just kind of a slight curvature. And I thought, well, that looks a little strange. And then I looked at it a little closer and I've already cut this and put it back on, but this blue part of this tubing is a separate piece, and it has a seam in it, and it started to split, and so I cut about a foot of it off. But I think it's telling me I need a new hose. So instead of getting on the job and blowing a hose and getting chem everywhere, I just decided to buy a new hose. So I've got 200 feet of 1/2 inch ag hose, and what I bought was 200 feet of 5/8 ag hose. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a bucket test and see how many more gallons per minute it'll put out, and then see if it's going to shoot a little farther. So I may regret it because I know that it's going to be a little heavier. So anyway, what I'll do first is I'll stand right here where I always stand, and I always test it at 300 pounds, and I shoot across the road and it hits the other side curb. But I'll show you that, and then I'll change the hose out and everything. And oh, also my gun's been leaking. So about the past 10 or 15 houses, when I get this gun in a certain spot, it starts leaking out here and dribbling chem on me. And then if I got my arm up, then it just comes back here and gets down my elbow and in my shirt. And so I just been dealing with it. So I got another gun from Deltmeyer. Now this is a non-stainless steel, and total the last 2 years since I've been running this, I've got about 175, maybe 200 jobs, and those are houses or pre and post treat jobs. So it's, for 55 bucks, it's lasted a long time. So I just went ahead and I'm not going to pay $350 for an all stainless steel one when I can buy, well, I don't know what, 5 or 6 of these for the same cost. So I bought a new gun, and I also bought a Mosmatic swivel right here, and then a 5/8 adapter. I was wanting stainless steel, but I couldn't find any. So anyway, we're going to go with brass, and that's the assembly that's going to go on here. So not only am I upgrading the hose, this business is upgraded to a larger diameter, because this swivel is a 1/2 inch swivel. And so this is a 3/8 quick connect. I'm going to do away with it because I never changed the gun out. And so we're going to do some tests here, so hang with me. So the first test with the 200 feet of 1/2 inch hose, and this business here kind of restricting the flow. We're going to do a output test, the old bucket test. We're going to see how many gallons it puts out in a minute. Now this pump is rated at 11.5 or something like that. That's with coming straight out of here with no restriction, and that's how all pumps do, so their numbers look good. But once you go through the hose, I expect this only to be like I don't know, maybe 6 gallons per minute with a 1/2 inch hose. So anyway, what I'm going to do, fire it up. I'm going to set it exactly at 300 pounds with the gun off. Then we're going to time it. I'm telling you all this because it's going to be loud. All right, here we go. Okay, there's more. I think there's quite a bit more than I was expecting. So, oh yeah, there's got to be about 10 gallons in there. I should have done it for 30 seconds. All right, here we go. We're going to put it right to the top. There's 5 gallons. Gonna get muddy here. This is all scientific. Okay, we're about half full. So I'm going to say that we're at 7.5 gallons. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to stand in this position here and I'm going to shoot it across the road, and then we'll just walk over there, and I'm not even going to measure it. We'll just see how far it's shooting. Okay, let's go see how far it went. So basically, I mean, if you want to say it's going to the curb, it's not quite. I would say 3 feet, 4 feet from the curb. The bulk of the water is here. So I'm going to say that's 8 feet from the curb. So I hit 40-foot peaks pretty easily unless the wind's blowing. Alright, so I took out the 1/2 inch barb adapter and I'm putting a 5/8 barb adapter in, and right off the bat you can see there's a big difference. So the ID of this one, the 1/2 inch, is basically 380 thousandths, so that's just a hair bigger than 3/8, and then the 5/8 adapter is a 1/2 inch, so a huge difference right here just in the fittings. Well, I got this hose from Panhandle, and I always hear talk about Trudy and her husband, whatever his name is. Sorry about that, maybe it's on here. Anyway, giving good service. Looky there, I got me some gum. I like the double bubble. I'm all about the flag. Got me a little frisbee, and the hose was really the best price I found online. I didn't even know I was ordering from Trudy. And anyway, so she even gave me like $20 off after I paid for it. I don't know what for, didn't say, but even cheaper yet. So let's see, I guess I could have kept the end. Let's see if I can keep that end. Okay, so I can, since this is a 1/2 inch swivel, that's a 1/2 inch male adapter, I can eliminate this one fitting and put it right on there. I don't know if the other side's got a fitting or not. Yeah, it does. I wonder if either one swivels. No. Alright, so since this one don't swivel, I'll cut it off and use this adapter. I don't know, I might cut both ends off. That's kind of gnarly. But so is two hose clamps. That's pretty gnarly. So I don't know. Let me decide on that. Yeah, alright, so here you go. Panhandle. It's the first time I ordered from them. So I don't know if everybody gets candy or not, or just first time orderers, but I don't know. This might be a mistake, but we're going to do it. Now that's a huge difference. Man. You wouldn't think an 1/8 inch would make that big of a difference. So I'm spinning it. Looks like the average is 1/2 inch, 48 to 53. All right. Well, 650 to, yeah, 650 thousandths. You know, I never even checked if it was non-marking even before I ordered it. I've already tried it and don't. Pretty good there. Here's my blue. So I'd say non-marking. So I'll just load up my clamps. Put 2 clamps opposing. Like that. So I don't know, I may need some silicone grease to get that on there. Nope, got it. Alright, so I have 2 opposing worm clamps. Worm clamps really are not considered a hose clamp, even though they're sold as hose clamps. Here's what a hose clamp looks like. See, that's full circle. So the only problem is I don't have any more of those, and they're like $7 a piece. But the price really ain't the deal. I just don't have them right now. So I'll tighten this up. Then in a day or two I'll come back and re-tighten, because they always loosen up. And the hardest part is lifting this, unrolling this in such a way that it'll roll on my reel the way it's rolled up here. So you got to kind of lift it and turn it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stretch it out in the neighbor's yard. I'm going to wind it back up. Oh, it's heavy. Gotta rest. Okay, there it is. Wore crap out of me. Whew. Alright. Let's wind her up. Alright. So that's a 18-inch reel. Okay, so I started up, I bled the hose, and I adjusted my gun, and the gun does not adjust to a fine stream like my old gun. It's the same model number, but it just won't get to a, my other gun went to a needle for about 15 feet, and then it started breaking up, and no matter where I adjust this, I can't get that needle. But what I can tell you is that the recoil on this and the pressure you have to hold back on this is a lot greater with this setup. I haven't tested the I haven't done any of the tests yet, so we're going to do the test, and I may put on another gun if this doesn't, you know, get me a little more distance, because my old gun, as bad as it was, shot a lot better than this one. So we'll see. So same thing, I'm going to put it to 300. We're going to see how far it goes, and then we're going to do a bucket test. Also, I can tell that this hose expands because it takes like 8-10 seconds for it to drop the pressure, and that hose doesn't expand, and as soon as you bleed it off, within like 3 seconds it's done. So let's go see how far it shot. So it's virtually the same distance. The bulk of the water is here. Yeah, it's virtually the same. I bet with my other gun it'd shoot into that neighbor's driveway. Just not happy with that gun. I kind of like to have a laser beam for that high piece of lichen, or egg sac or something you need to really put a point to. I don't think that gun's going to do it. Now I do have another gun I can put on. I guess I can send that one back. If I got a white gun, it's just like the blue gun. This was on sale on eBay for like $50, 45 or 50, so I bought it. It's the same exact as the blue gun, except it's white. So let's do the bucket test. So same thing, I'm just going to leave that like it is. We'll time a minute, then we'll measure it. I don't know if that's any more or not. Maybe I wasted my money on 5/8 hose. Oh, it's heavier. It's heavier, I'm getting weaker. Okay. There's 5. Well, that's a considerable amount different. It looks like about 9 gallons. So we're going from 7.5 to 9, so 1.5 gallons a minute we're gaining. I'm not sure if that's worth the extra expense for 5/8 hose or not. What do you guys think? There you go. So it's virtually the same distance. Another 1.5 gallons per minute. Does 1.5 gallons per minute extra make a difference in a minute's time? Like, let's say it took you a minute to rinse this side, which it shouldn't take a minute. Let's say it takes 30 seconds to rinse this side, or to put Kim on. That's all it should take, 30-40 seconds. Does 3/4 gallon make a difference? I don't know. I'm going to try it and see, but I was really looking for better performance than that out of 5/8 hose. So, and yeah, I know this is 1/2 inch, but I have a 1/2 inch outlet on the pump, so if I bump that up to 5/8, I'm really not going to gain too much. I bumped 200 feet up to 5/8 with bumping this conglomerate up here and bumping my adapter in there up to 5/8, and it's a little better, but I don't know. At this point right now, at the end of this season, I'm going to change this hose out, because I think it's best to change your hose out every season if you're doing 75 or 100 houses. Just change it out, because it's going to blow out on you. And right now I think I'll go back with 1/2 inch. I don't know. Time will tell, but I should have I got a contract for another 25 or 30 4-bedroom duplexes, 2.5 story high. So I'll use this configuration on that and see if it's any better. But anyway, so please like, subscribe, share my videos. Until next time, happy washing.